which I get it. One of the houses across had a freaking Ferrari in the driveway, so I can understand them not wanting meth heads and crackheads coming up to the mountains right behind their houses, starting fires. It's way too wet for a fire here, though. And the other problem with being in spots like this, just in case you ever do go jungle trekking, ticks, fleas, bugs, snakes, all the critters. Cold, damp spot like this, and you're the only heat source around, you're gonna go ahead and get crawled on. I've already picked off a few ticks crawling on me, which scares me because I was in that riverbed for almost 4 years and never once had a tick dig into my skin. And I've been sitting in this spot not even 2 minutes, and I've already killed 2 ticks. So now I'm gonna be all paranoid. Hopefully I get tired, just be able to fall asleep and maybe get out of here early. I don't know why I'm doing these videos. I'll try to get to the 1 minute mark and keep them on Instagram. I don't know, man. It'll all come together and make sense one day. I was complaining about that years ago. I'll give you that much. I used to fight and kick and argue, and I started doing that again recently, but when I let go and let things start happening, I'd do weird crap. Like I'd be walking down the street and see this like little weird twisted piece of metal, and something would tell me to pick it up, put it in my pocket, and keep walking, and I would argue. I don't want to pick up trash in front of people. It looks freaking weird. And I'm sitting there arguing with myself, in the universe, but nobody knows that. So I swooped down and picked up the stupid piece of metal and went on my way. And it was like 3 freaking weeks later, I was working on something, and in order to connect the circuit, it was just a weird angle, a weird twist, and wouldn't you know it, the piece of weird metal that I had found like 3 weeks earlier, perfect fit, like nothing else would have. Stuff like that kept happening. I'd pick up a safety pin, and then like a day later my clothes would rip, and I'd have a safety pin sitting in my pocket waiting. This belt buckle, it's another cool story. I guess some people mistaked me for Adam because it might have been his. I don't know. But I had one just like it in Burbank, except it was all chrome. It had no lettering on it. I probably lost it recently. That whole side of the freaking family, man. Never mind, I hate using that word too. It's sitting in storage somewhere, and I'm really terrified. A freaking heroin junkie of a sister's already given all of my stuff to the crackheads just so they can keep on pretending this crap. And she doesn't care. As long as she gets her hit of heroin in the moment, she'll send her own child to hell. I've been watching countless people do it. So excuse me if my speech offends you, but it's observation and repetition. I'm not just making shit up. If you go all the way back to, well, it's all on my MacBook. I'm gonna dig up that old YouTube. I was doing the same thing in Burbank, walking around with the camera and talking about this and that, but I wasn't talking about what I'm talking about now. Anywho, let me go ahead and make a bed for myself, and I'm hungry. I've got nothing to eat. I was supposed to get a little bit of pocket money for the street thing, but I saw it. I had I don't want to say premonition, but I even said so. I was like, watch him come up with a reason not to send me this money, even though it was agreed upon. And sure enough, man, like a freaking immature jackass, I sat there and argued with him in emails for 3 hours. The Lompoc Library, would you please just send this? It was agreed upon for a certain task. Like a bitter, stuck-up, immature jackass. It's like one iota, one tiny little moment to where he can feel superior, and that's what he does. He's been doing that to me my whole life. And I'm talking about my pops, not anyone around here. Annoying. Anyway, 4:33.